Welcome, everybody, to the Footy Express podcast, episode number 11. Both of us don't think we're already at numero 11. That is absolutely crazy. I'm your co-host, Nicholas Fiore, and alongside me as well is co-host Val Silva.
How's it going, everybody?
And listen, everyone, it's going good, Val. It's going good, and we have a lot to chat about. And we say that, before an episode, is there really stuff to talk about? But wait a second, there is. We got the Canadian men's national team playing. We got the Italian men's national team playing. World Cup qualifiers, transfers that have officially been complete for the most part, and we're gonna touch upon tons and tons of stuff. Hashtag espresso at lunch, everyone. All right. Cheers, Val. We both have the white cups today, buddy. Cheers. Yes, cheers. The right way.
That's right.
Listen, we appreciate everybody tuning in every single episode. Appreciate Kerry Goulet and Gooch Live Productions, as well as our official sponsor, powered by The Bottom Line, 22 Front Street, downtown Toronto. Hashtag Toronto's classiest sports bar. Best chicken wings in the city. Thank you to Wayne Cowley and the staff and everyone at The Bottom Line for giving us another platform to share each other's qualities. And we do appreciate that very, very, very much. Listen, the Canadian men's national team, Val, they're back at it after the semifinalists of the Gold Cup, which we both agree they might have gotten robbed, but we'll digress another time.
They were robbed.
They were robbed, Val. But they look promising, and you say that almost every episode it comes up, and I agree with you. We all do, because of all the youngsters, the Jonathan Davids, the Alphonso Davies, the Tejan Buchanans, who just got acquired from Club Brugge in Belgium starting in January. He'll leave the New England Revolution of the MLS. World Cup qualifying is here. It started yesterday in multiple continents, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa. It's starting today in North America, in CONCACAF. Canada plays Honduras tonight. Yep. Then they play USA on the weekend. And then they play El Salvador next Wednesday. Both Canadian matches tonight and next week, I believe on the 8th, they're at home in Toronto at BMO Field. Val, the excitement is real. If they could steal 3 wins here, or even 2 wins and a draw, and go undefeated in the first 3 games of the hexagonal stage here, there is real, true optimism if they get points out of this three World Cup qualifiers in this international break.
Yeah, you know what? To quote a famous commercial of many of us growing up, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Not because our kids are going back to school, it's because there's a lot of footy out there. The World Cup qualifiers, yeah. Canada's in good position against Honduras, El Salvador, and their next team. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, if they can secure all 3 wins out of there, they will be in a great spot to not have to do the
USA, Val.
Yeah, you know what though? I'll call that a tie because that's not even fair. Like Canada, we're known as the golden. Right now, it's our golden generation. They should at least come out with a tie. I think anything less, a win is great. Anything less than a tie, a loss is not acceptable. If they at least 7 points out of these next 3 games, they don't have to do the weird entrance to qualify for 2022. On this side of the world for the bracket, it is really complicated because the spots are not as many as like it is in Europe, Asia, and the continent of Africa and stuff. But yeah, no, real excitement tonight. The boys kick off against Honduras, one of their rivalries. They are at home. Everyone is healthy. Everyone is in town. They're in town and in the lineup, so it should be a great, exciting game. The games are also going to be televised on Sportsnet. We're not doing a plug, but normally you catch them on One Soccer, but Sportsnet and One Soccer come up to an agreement that you can watch the game starting at 8 o'clock tonight. They will carry all of the 13 games, Canada, Sportsnet, and One Soccer. But yeah, tune in. It should be an electrical atmosphere down at BMO Field. I unfortunately will not be able to attend tonight. My son has a conflicting schedule where they have a game tonight, but come next week against El Salvador, I will definitely try to be there. I know, Nick, you're trying. The lads, Victor and Max, are probably trying also, so we're going to see what we can do and be at that game. But if one of us is at that game next week, tune in. and we'll give you a synopsis and our feedback on that game. But yeah, look into a lot of World Cup games. I know Italy's playing Bulgaria today. I know you're super excited in regards to that. It's their continuation of coming off a high of Europe. And I think this game is, if they match or beat the all-time winless streak for
yes, Val. So first of all, I want to touch upon Canada a bit after. I want to pose a question to yourself. But first of all, yes. So the Italians match the all-time international unbeaten record with 30 undefeated record with 35 undefeated games if they win or draw today versus Bulgaria. Now, a win on the weekend will be even better for them, and they will get the streak. It runs as follows. Italy's at 34 right now from 2018 to the present time. Spain had 35 from 07 to 09, and Brazil had 35 from 1993 to 1996. Italy are currently on a 34-match unbeaten streak. They could break that streak this week here in the international break with 2 games, today and the weekend. That will be insane if Italy can do that. Obviously, the schedule, the favorite is that they do that, but at the end of the day, you still never know. But Val, for Canada, it's crazy how I'm leaving my Italians, eh? But for Canada, is it like that feeling, Val, where it's like the Maple Leafs, it's like the Raptors, so much optimism, so much but hold on, Val, so much optimism that you just said against USA, it is an unacceptable defeat. Now, if Canada does get defeated against the US, why is it unacceptable? Why can't they go 2 wins of 3? And we have that expectation where it's so darn high for Canada. But should it really be that high, Val?
First off, let me correct your part of your statement / question. Do not throw the Leafs in there, okay? The Raptors are acceptable, okay? With all due respect, do not throw the Leafs in there. The Raptors, yes. There's
always optimism.
Atmosphere. Yeah, no, well, there's a lot of optimism. But with the Raptors, a great comparison, to be honest with you. They play well. They're coming off highs. They're gelling. They're playing well. So we're expecting them to succeed. The Gold Cup, I don't care what anybody says, B team, C team, D team, or whatever. You still have national players who get called up in Mexico and in the United States. Canada has always struggled on the pitch in the past, in general, because those have always been the 2 hardest teams on this side of the CONCACAF bracket. So Canada's showing, with many injuries and suspensions for the game against the U.S. and Mexico, did really, really well. The loss is unacceptable to a certain extent, but we're not going to hang them. But the high is there. If they lose, that's going to be tough. It's a game that we know that we can beat the United States and Mexico. We can play with the so-called big boys now. We've got our big boys. Our Canadian athletes, I think there's about 25 of them or 24 with Tejan going to Club Brugge, playing around the world in top leagues and divisions. So our players are not pushover players. They're playing in top leagues, from Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David, Tejan, and so on, right? There's a number of players here playing on the MLS side. They're doing really, really well. So the loss will be tough. If it happens, it's going to stink. It's going to suck. It'll be unacceptable to the fact that the players know what they have and what they can do. They're not going out there to show up. They're going out there to win. Nelson Eustaquio even said, "We're at home. We're here to show what we can do. This is what we're going to do, and everyone's going to be proud of us, and everyone's going to continue to be on this roller coaster ride with us." Sorry, this train ride, not a roller coaster ride, because it's always up and down. So you know what? I'm looking for a great revenge against the United States for that loss / in the Gold Cup. So I mean, Canada, we are known as the Golden Generation. I've said this before, but I think everyone who follows the game soccer, and especially this Canadian team. There's been a lot of heartaches in comparison, like the Raptors. The number of years they've got a good team, good coaching staff, and you know what? They've been in the latest FIFA rankings. They're 59th, the highest they've ever been. They broke the top 60. I know a lot of people might not think that's a lot, but for a Canadian soccer side, that's been 70, 75, 74, 81, I think they were at a time.
Over 100.
Yeah, over 100. Breaking the top 60 in the world at 59 is just the first step of this team, and the talent is just going to continue growing and rising amongst the rankings. So I hope they don't lose. Nobody does. You're on that high. I think Canada should beat them. They've proven they can play. So
Canada. Yeah, I agree with you, Val. Canada's back on the block. Jenny from the block. Canada's back on that block, right? And they're looking to now, make some impact on that block with John Herdman and make some noise, right? And play dividends in this hexagonal. But this hexagonal World Cup qualifier for CONCACAF, it is a journey and a half. So many teams, like it's so many games, so many teams, so much travel, especially with this COVID international break, how they fit 3 games into one international duty. It is a lot of work, right? So, but they have it. They have that caliber. I mean, there's a few of them like Atiba Hutchinson, Kyle Larin, in Europe with Besiktas, Estacio in Europe, you said it, and then obviously the 3 boys we know in Buchanan and Davies and David. But then there's there's Lucas Cavallini in Vancouver and so many other pieces. Samuel Piet. Like there's so many pieces. Your starting goalie is a constant Europa League goalie in Milan Borjan, right? So it's really good to see that Canada's there, but now they have to get to another level, right? And they gotta come top 4. I mean, there's so much optimism. Top 3 is the automatic. The 4th place is the playoff with the Oceania continent, right? And then you got to do a home and away leg with the Oceania continent, and then the winner obviously enters the World Cup. Yeah, that definitely could win. But
yeah, definitely, it's easier trying to become a rocket scientist than trying to figure out how FIFA works these rankings and games. So.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But Canada has the opportunity, Val, right? We said it. We said it so many times. Me and you are on the same page with that. We follow them. I've followed Canada soccer for a long time through all the downs with Octavio Zambrano and coaches before that, and just trying things like
the rotating doors.
It was a carousel. It was a rotating carousel, rotating door, right? Don't let the door hit you on the way out, right? And it's finally there. I'm almost grateful that John Herdman left the women's team, because he looks like an absolute genius on this men's side right now. You haven't made no World Cup. You haven't won no trophy. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But the way he transformed this, and then now Bev Priestman winning a gold medal for women's soccer, there's optimism for these youth. And we could go on this train and on this track. And we have a lot of other things to touch upon. But it is good to see that Canada soccer is heading in the right direction. Starting tonight, the 2022 Qatar FIFA World Cup qualifying hexagonal final stage, 8 teams. Canada has an opportunity. 8 o'clock tonight, One Soccer, Sportsnet. I think it's 8:05 kickoff if we want to be OCD about it. They play Honduras, and they have an opportunity to win and get on the front foot.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, Val. And talk about winners and losers. The transfer window, the European transfer window is shut. It's closed. Close the door. It's done. All right? La Liga, EPL, Bundesliga, Serie A, and Ligue 1. All done. France, England, Germany, Italy, Spain. Transfer window is complete. Pick your poison. And we'll start off with the English side in Man City and Man U to start off with the winners and the losers.
We are. Sorry, Nick. Are we not bringing up the lads to discuss this? Because I think they got their.
I think we are.
We're going to bring up the boys. So we're going to bring up Max and Victor, since by popular demand, everyone loves to see them here too.
We love the round table. Everyone loves the round table
because we know they have their own winners and losers. I know Max Sorry, but it's been tough. So
Arsenal's a big loser, and Victor, our Brazil correspondent in Toronto, Ontario now. Max has his mic muted because he doesn't want to rip us that Arsenal is actually the loser of the transfer window. Max, how are you, buddy?
Sorry, Max.
Victor.
Speak out there. Hold on. Victor?
Hello, guys.
What's going on, lads? Listen,
I'm good.
Like Nick said, we're going to touch up on our winners and losers of our transfer window. I know to everybody out there watching and just this roundtable, I know it seems like we pick on Max, but we don't. We actually we're having some fun. We know Max is an Arsenal fan. It's not his fault that the team is struggling right now. It's just, if it was my team struggling, I'd welcome the chatter back at me. It's just a little fun stuff. So, I mean, we're going to have our winners and losers. So here, lads, who wants to go first in the winners and losers of the transfer window? Anybody? Nick or Victor or Max?
I'll start off with.
All right, here we go.
I'll start off, I guess, in the Italy side because I think there's a little bit more to touch upon in the English side. Believe it or not, with obviously Cristiano Ronaldo going to his first big club team, if you could say that, after Sporting. Obviously, Manchester United was the biggest club that he went to first off. So on the Inter side, the Italy Inter side is honestly, I think they made the biggest splash in Italy this transfer window. Now, was it a good splash or a big splash? Can I say something? You're going to probably bite my head off for this. I think Inter was a winner in this transfer window. And I say this because the money that they got and the money that they retained. $120 million in transfers. That is after they paid the people accordingly. And $25 million in reduced wages coming back, meaning Lukaku was $115 million plus bonuses in.
What, do you work in the financial department or something? Or are we talking soccer here?
$60 million in plus bonuses. Politano sold to Napoli after a 2-year loan for $19 million. I bet you guys didn't know that one. And then the contract termination of Antonio Conte, paid $7 million of his $13 million per season out. Antonio Conte and Simone Inzaghi in for 4.5. That's a lot of money. Got rid of some sponsors that were too expensive. Brought in some Dogecoin. I don't even know because I'm not a gambling guy. I'm not a cryptocurrency guy. And sponsors in. Inter is a winner. They brought in Çalhanoğlu, Dzeko, who else are in? Dumfries on the right side. And I think Inter looks good. They're starting off 2-0. They're starting off strong. And let's not forget Joaquin Correa, the 27-year-old Argentine who plays with Lionel Messi in Argentina. He looks great. 1 game, 2 goals. That one he spent some money on in Joaquin Correa. But you have that.
But was a good investment.
It's a good investment. And you have 2 guys in Perisic and Brozovic who are your Croatians who could leave for free. So that's big contracts off. And they're not probably going to re-sign off your contracts next season. Guys, I truly believe Inter's a winner here. Compared to Juventus, I think they're a loser in this transfer window. But I don't know if you agree with my Inter take. A lot of money comes back. A lot of money in the bank after the payouts. I think Inter's a winner.
I think Inter could have waited like 1 more week to have Conte hired by Arsenal. Then they would have been off the hook for that contract, but they still owe him money. But I agree with you, Nick. I think Inter did win this one. Juventus looks really bad. We're going to touch upon the Cristiano Ronaldo, the other big superstar around the world that Inter apparently had. I mean, the release clause was 25 million euros on the guy. It was ridiculous. And I think he ended up going for 15 million on a release clause. And apparently Juventus is also in the red when it comes to expenses and stuff. So,
yeah, I
mean, they got his contract off the books, which was signed pre-COVID and everything. But the biggest winner out of this whole transfer window is 2 teams in different countries, and those teams are in England and in Paris. In France.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Inter did well. Perisic is his last year this year. I don't think they'll sign him and everything.
And Brozo too.
Yeah. So I mean, they did well in terms of cleaning house and setting themselves up for the future on guys who want to stay and stuff like that. But you know what? Perisic might sign a hometown deal. Like, you never know. He's had great success in.
He's been there a long time.
So, yeah.
He's been there a long time, Val. I want to pose the question to Victor yourself for Juventus. With the Ronaldo attraction that he had, was it too less or not enough with that transfer fee? Or is he older? It is what it is. Get what you can get, and then ship Ronaldo off to Man U. Did Juventus mess that one up?
Yeah, 100% sure. We see what Ronaldo can do. If you watch the game yesterday, he's that guy. He's a beast. And you sell him for 25 million or 35?
I think 25 million euros.
That's
was
ridiculous.
The overall thing.
That's ridiculous.
But how much more, Victor? I want to cut you off because I need to attack it. How much more could have gotten, guys? He is a player.
At least 50.
I disagree with you.
Why didn't they just let him go for a free transfer? Listen, he played 133 games for Juventus in all competitions. He scored 101 goals. He literally scored the same amount of goals as he's done internationally at 111 as the all-time male leader in all of soccer. As we all know, Christine Sinclair at 187 is the all-time leader in male and female. But 133 appearances for Juve and 101 goals in all competitions. Juve looks and Juve started off with a tie and a loss. Dybala's gone at the end. Dybala's contract is done at the end of the season, right? Are they going to let him walk for nothing?
Yeah.
I think Juve probably thought by the second half of his contract he would have been old. He would have been at the shape and par he's at. But I think Juve screwed up large. They might as well just done what Barcelona did with Messi. That's my take. Sorry, Victor.
Nick, back to you. How much will you pay for Ronaldo?
The transfer fee that, I probably would say, I think 25 is less. I wouldn't go more than 40, 35, 40 for an aging Ronaldo right now.
Are you?
Because it's just he doesn't have that much. He doesn't have that much more left.
Kidding me? I know you're saying that to crank the wheel, buddy.
He's probably gonna be the top scorer of the Premier League right now. He's scoring goals in national team. At least
my boy Lukaku. My boy Lukaku.
He's not gonna be anymore. I think, man. You see Ronaldo.
So Nick, let me ask you: if Inter had a chance to poach Ronaldo for the 25 million, you're telling me you would not want to see Ronaldo on your squad because he's not that good, like you said?
I never said that.
No. I'm saying, like you said, he's not like 40 million euros. That's like I don't want to pick on Max based on like a Grealish comment.
Max.
No. But I'm saying, like, come on, man. Ronaldo's not. He's still worth the over 50 million at least.
Yeah.
Oh, I disagree. No way.
You disagree? Okay, moving right
not more than 50.
Max,
let's move along.
Not picking on Max, but he likes that Manchester City bought his guy Grealish for 100 million. How you don't wanna pay 50 million for Ronaldo?
But see, that's where Manchester City messed up. And it's going to Max right now. Like, how do you exactly? You want to pay money? Get rid of Grealish and pay the 50 mil for Ronaldo if you're going to do that. But it's all about the money too. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he was never. Sorry to cut. Let me say, he was never going to go to Man City. He was never going to go to Man City.
Yeah, I think so.
Never. I mean, sure, Alex Ferguson made the calls like, "Come to Manchester United." He's like, "I'm there." I think his agent was trying to get the most out of a new contract renewal, and that's what he had former United players come out and say, "Listen, if you play for United, there's no way in hell you step foot in a Man City home locker room." So, like, but
I have a question.
Apologies, Max.
I have a question,
please.
even to Max. I have a question. Like, if that's the case, then why wasn't this transfer brought up quicker? Like Man U. All we heard was PSG and Man City, and then did that little hint of Real and the little hint of Juve re-sign. Why did Manchester United come up until literally 2-3 days left?
I think it was in the last day, right?
It was less because I think Alex Ferguson knew he was there, and apparently Alex Ferguson made the phone call to Ronaldo specifically because we all know Ferguson is a father figure to him, and I think that's what convinced the whole thing. I think the Man City thing was more on the side of his agent fluffing it because you didn't hear anything out of Man City. They were hard pressed to go for Harry Kane, and they
not much. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for 150 million was it max? Or 160 for Harry Kane. I think to me, Man City is one of the biggest losers. I think City was a fluff. I think it was a fluff.
You're right, and it could have been a fluff and a bluff. But Max, did Manchester United have this money from the jump, from the get-go, because they didn't sell anyone or they didn't take any pay cuts in order to get Mr. Ronaldo? So was it just a last-minute ditch effort? Hey, Sir Alex, Ronaldo, you want to come? We actually kind of have the money. Dale.
Do you guys know if Varane was a free transfer?
Who? Varane?
Varane, the defender. He went to Real Madrid to Manchester.
Varane.
Did they
Varane? No, he was a free. No, he was a free transfer.
Let me check.
But Max, did they have? But Max, did Manchester United have this money to get Ronaldo?
Max, turn up your volume a little bit, bud.
Okay. Where did you switch now? Coming. Please switch to my laptop. You guys continue. Give me a second.
But I think you know what? I think they had the money, guys.
There was the money. The money was there.
But why did they wait so long, Val? Like, I'm actually.
I don't think there was. You know what though?
I'm curious.
Sorry, Victor. Sorry, I think Man United didn't even think realistically that Ronaldo was on the market. I think Juve was trying to just get the most possible money they could for him, and United caught. I'm sure once the City rumors caught on, Ronaldo probably told his agent, "Hey, listen, the only team I'm playing for in United in England is United. See if they'll make a pitch for it." That was the minimum. I think Ronaldo even said, "Yeah, I'll go for that." They restructured his contract, I think, so they put it there. We all knew. I think that's the reason. That's just my opinion. But Vic, what do you think, bud?
Yeah, I was looking here. Manchester paid 40 million euros for Varane.
Yeah. So they paid 40 mil for Varane. So it makes you wonder.
And 15 for Ronaldo.
I think COVID had a lot to do with these countries, these teams selling for nothing, what they can get at the moment. So, sorry, Max, you're back on, bud?
Yeah, I was just saying, basically, the reason why Manchester United paid less for Ronaldo than Varane is because Ronaldo was at the end of his contract and Juventus was trying to get rid of him off their wage bill. So selling him for 25 million made sense in the fact that they wanted to get rid of him off the wage bill. His wages were ridiculous. I think it will cost them more money per year if you add it to like how much they paid for the transfer, which would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it made sense for them. Yeah, his salary, it made sense for them. Like the yearly salary, it would make sense for them. So that's why it looks like they paid less, but if you look at their wage bill, they've actually taken a lot off the Juventus books.
Yeah. But you know what? I think
that's why it makes sense to them.
I think overall that's huge, boys, and the Ronaldo transfer is absolutely humongous. He's with Portugal now at the international duty for the World Cup qualifiers. But we would be remiss, boys, to not bring up Paris Saint-Germain. And in PSG, they caused some trouble in this transfer window with Sergio Ramos, with Gianluigi Donnarumma, with Achraf Hakimi, keeping Mbappe and Wijnaldum in the midfield. Like, it is absolutely huge. Is PSG the best professional club team in Europe?
Based on squad list, yes.
Yeah, on the squad list, yes.
Based on the roster, the squad list on paper, 1,000%, right? But can they play it and prove it, Victor?
Yeah, I was watching the game that Messi, he made his debut, and Mauricio Pochettino, he took off Neymar to put Messi in the game.
I hated it.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see the three guys together. We didn't know if Mbappe would stay in Paris or not, and was probably could be the only chance to see the three guys playing together. and
But they want to
Neymar
start
off.
together. I think they want him to start together. That's why, Victor.
But
yes,
that
you're
was
right.
a joke. You know, like the whole world would like to see that Messi and Neymar back together with Mbappe, and didn't happen. Okay, but
they'll get their opportunities.
Yeah.
They will.
But because
probably the next game.
But the game was Sunday, and we didn't know if Mbappe would stay in Paris or not. That was the question. So right now we know that right now we know that we're gonna watch it.
But is there
PSG knew he wasn't going anywhere.
Look into the game. I think Mbappe, you see, like he wants to go to Madrid and have his career. But we watched the game and he scored 2 goals. He was the man of the match. So I think he can think like, hey, I can do my stuff here as well. I can share with the guys.
He wants to go.
He wants to go, but he's going to stay. So,
but I think it might convince him. It might convince him. Might slightly.
He's leaving next transfer. Next transfer window. He's leaving.
That might.
Not a chance
to stay.
He's gone January.
His contract. He's not gonna get a new contract. I don't think so. But
no, they withdrew the contract.
And we just saw like for PSG money is not a problem.
But boys, I have a question. Max, I think Max wants to go on a plane right now. That's why he lives close to the airport, eh? He wants to go. He wants to go to Arsenal and figure that stuff out down there. What's going on?
I literally live by the Downsview Airport, so that's why.
Listen, boys, Val, I think it was coming from you a little bit, or I don't know if there's a hot take here. Is there a hot take that PSG is a loser of this transfer window? Because I think 3 of us agree. But Val, do you?
Yeah, you know what? It's not a real loser kind of thing. I mean, they don't need the money, obviously, but I mean, you have an opportunity to sell a player who you know wants to leave. I think the last amount of money on the table from Real Madrid was 180 million euros.
No.
At 220 or something like that.
220.
220, yeah, 220, and they didn't buckle. I mean, 220. So you're essentially not getting anything. Even if you got a player transfer for Mbappe, right? Come January, he's gone. He said he's gone, regardless of Messi, Neymar, Sergio Ramos. I mean, they even picked up Nuno Mendes on loan from Sporting, the 19-year-old phenom, to help shore up their defense. Who knows if that's going to happen, right? But I mean, in that sense, you're a loser because you know this guy's leaving. You had a rich contract in front of him. You put the talent on the field for at least 2 plus years, because Messi's contract is on a 2 plus a player option, so it's like essentially 3 years. And he's like, no, I want to go to Spain. So in reverse to that, I think Real Madrid is a winner because they didn't have to spend the money that they did not have on Mbappe. They're essentially going to get him on a free transfer, just like PSG got with Messi from Barcelona.
I agree with you, but so we can say that Real Madrid is going to be a winner next transfer window, not this.
Yeah, one. They're not a winner this one at all.
They're a winner because they didn't. I think they're 300 million euros in debt because of COVID. So if they were going to spend those 220 plus restructuring Mbappe's new contract, they would have been in horrible shape financially. And
but they were trying to make it.
Yeah. But no amount of jersey sales for Mbappe is going to like top off with Messi or Ronaldo when in that thing. So those are my obscure winners and losers, just based on the fact one didn't have to spend the money, the other one is not going to get anything in return. So
but if you look at it, do you think, like, if you look at it, having Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, do you know how much money they're going to make from TV rights and jersey sales alone? They don't care about the 220 million. They do not care. They will make more money in jersey sales.
Money is not a problem for PSG.
No,
that's
but it's not money. It's the fact that you're getting nothing for something, right?
But then they spent what? They spent, if you look at it, they spent 80 to 100 million on him when he came from AS Monaco, right?
Yeah.
This money is already.
You think they've already made that money? They don't.
No. I agree, but I'm just saying in the sense like you're letting a top talented young player in the world walk away for nothing, right? Yeah. Barcelona was forced to let Messi walk away. Their hands were tied financially. PSG does not need the money, but I mean, if you're letting a top talent like that walk away and you're not getting anything in return, I think that's a loss.
Do you think what's bigger for you? Like, what's more important for you? Don't like you not get money from Mbappe, but you bring in Messi. So I think to bring Messi,
big time,
of course you are a winner, you know. But
Yes.
I understand what you're saying about like they're not gonna get any money back.
Business-wise, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Messi is the biggest. Listen, honestly, PSG and United are the two biggest winners of this transfer window.
Yeah,
they brought back home the prodigal son who still can play the game. PSG hit the biggest lottery ticket out there.
Sergio Ramos, Ronaldo.
No, I mean just Messi on a free transfer. Because
I'm just saying, like, Messi is the icing on the cake. But just imagine, like, how many other players they strengthened the whole team. Like, they had midfield problems. They brought in Ronaldo. They had defensive problems. They brought in Sergio Ramos. Goaltending, they brought in Donnarumma. I mean, they've literally sorted every single issue in the team at the moment. They have no problems.
This is posed the question, Max, and I agree with you thoroughly that the depth that PSG has now, boys, is absolutely apocalyptic. It's crazy. Cavani, Di Maria, Donnarumma as a backup right now. Like, what's going on? Like, it's crazy. Then they got Diallo, Cavani United. Sorry,
but he was there.
He was there. No, the backup striker now for
Icardi.
For Messi up top. Icardi, like the former Inter guy, right? So now you see the depth that they have, and then obviously the depth of Man U. Cavani right after Ronaldo. Like, it's crazy to see, boys, on what is happening in the world, and it's positives and negatives. And there's a new number 10 in Barcelona, Spain, and his name is Ansu Fati. Now, here, boys, I disagree with the number. I think this kid is unbelievable, and I think he's great, and he's going to be unbelievable. But number 10 in Barcelona Football Club should be retired, and should never be worn again by another player. I don't know how hard you can do, how it is to retire a number 10. It's like 99 for hockey. It should be number 10 for Barcelona. All of hockey did 99. But Barcelona, not all the teams, just Barca, said no one should be wearing number 10 again. They wanted to give it to Philippe Coutinho. What? Then they said, Ansu Fati, young phenom, come take it. I don't disagree. I disagree with that, and I do agree with Barca are the big losers in this transfer window. Now, they're a winner in saying we have to maybe move on from Messi and let the youth and the young generation flow in, and Barca will be on top again because it's just natural. It's happening. But they are a loser for losing Messi and 5-6 players taking pay cuts in order to pay Sergio Aguero and Memphis Depay.
Who's over his time.
And Griezmann, he went.
And he doesn't even want to play for them.
They loaned Griezmann back to Atletico.
Antoine Griezmann, Atletico Madrid on loan.
And apparently, did you hear that? Apparently, if they had got rid of Griezmann a week earlier before Messi, they would have been able to keep Messi. With the pay cuts and getting rid of Griezmann, they would have kept Messi.
I know we.
That was how much. That's how much money Griezmann is on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I know we joke around about players being overpaid and such like that. And stuff like that. But Sergio Aguero, man, God bless you for taking the cash who put it in front of you. But I don't think Sergio's there at the top of his game. He's gone through a lot of injuries. I think he's just going to end up having some bad luck. He's not going to be the player who they thought they were getting. Honestly, I really don't.
It's a flop.
And his heart's not there anymore.
He's a player for second half. Like, he's not going to.
He's a bench player. He
was good in 2012, I think, was when like the Manchester City, 2009, something like that. We are talking about like 10, 12 years later, and I don't think he's gonna perform his best. I don't think.
Yeah, he actually doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want to be there now because Messi.
He doesn't want to be there.
So it's like, suck it up. Like, you got paid the money, suck it up. You're going to be riding half the bench anyways. Like, they can't even afford to pay anybody. So, like give the money back.
I'll tell you one thing, boys. Memphis Depay, that kid looks sharp.
He's looking good.
I think he's Barca's savior right now. He looks sharp, boys.
I don't like him, but he's playing very well. And I think Barca, they got like Luke de Jong from Sevilla.
Luke de Jong from Sevilla, the Europa League header.
Ronald Koeman, he liked the Dutch guys, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the biggest transition for Barcelona that's happening the last couple of years, right? Is the coach trying to change the whole system that's been down from their academy level all the way through to the senior level, right?
Yeah.
And it's like what 20 years, 15 years that Messi's been playing under that system. They've played that tiki-taka thing where the Dutch are known for not playing that tiki-taka. They're a bit of like a dump and chase kind of thing. So that's a big adjustment for Barcelona.
I don't think Ronald Koeman's the guy, though. I don't think he's the guy to.
He's
turn
not,
Barca
but I think they kept him on because they couldn't afford to release him and pay his contract and hire another coach.
Yeah,
I think
he's the guy. He's the guy for now.
Out. That's it.
Yeah. He's trying to make it happen, and if he does good, maybe he does stay. But I think he's the transitional manager to try to change and get back to the Barca, and then as soon as it's there, Ronald Koeman gone and bring in a Spaniard to take over again.
I think he's there. I think he'll do well without Messi being there.
Well, because it's not the same system, right?
Yeah, it's not the same system. Now he can change everything. He can change everything to fit the way he wants to play now. He doesn't need to be forced to play the Messi style of football or play around Messi. He can start around his own players, people he thinks can push the team.
I know, but here's the thing, though. Barcelona is accustomed to being successful under the system that they've played for under Pep, the current Spanish national coach, the tiki-taka thing, as they would say, right?
But it's not working anymore.
Luis Enrique.
Luis, thank you, Nick. But you're bringing in a whole transitional game to a team that's played a certain way, and I think there's a short window amongst fans and the upper echelon in the office that'll put up. Mind you, because early 2 games, 3 games, okay, you're doing well, but listen, where are you going to earn your money? Champions League.
That's the thing, Val. All Barcelona knows how to do is win, win, win. Like you can say for like Juventus and PSG and Man City and Real, blah blah blah, but they've had those years. I feel like Barcelona has never had a bad year. It's just one of those names, those club teams. Yeah. Barcelona, they're champs. They win La Liga. They win Copa del Rey. They win Champions League.
Their time is now.
You know what I mean? So their time, they have to get back to that.
Already. Last year was pretty bad already. Yeah. They're losing to Bayern to 8-2. They were pretty bad.
Before we end, I just want to ask you guys, what do you think of Arsenal's transfer window? Like, no, just like be real. Like, do you know? I'm just looking at the people he's bought and the amount of money he's spent. Do you think he made the right decision? Because I think there's a lot of players he could have bought instead of what he got.
At least Arsenal, they released Willian to play for Corinthians right now.
Yes, so I was happy when I saw that.
That was big money gone.
Yeah, 20 million.
Yeah.
20 million.
I'm happy because Willian, he's 33 and he can play the Brazilian league any day. He's going to be one of the best players in the league. So I'm just happy because he went to Corinthians. Corinthians was a former club. Like he grew up in Corinthians. So
honestly, Max, for Arsenal, they just, without being dead serious, they don't have that it factor, and they haven't had that it factor for almost 5 years now. And it's really sad to see they don't have those big names. Lacazette and Aubameyang, I'm sorry, they're not big names anymore. They're not at the high tier, right? They're in the middle tier again because they've been injured. They haven't been playing. They've been on, unfortunately, Arsenal. Now, Arsenal's a big club in the world, big club in Europe, big club in England, and they have their fan base, loyal fan base, all around the world. They have a big fan base here in Canada and in the United States as well, and they're not doing enough for those fans. They have to have money because I'm sorry, when you have a striker and his last name is Bologun and no one knew who the hell he was, you have to have money in that checking and savings deposit bank accounts. Maybe they use TD in England. I don't think they have it over there, but they need to start. They need to start withdrawing from that savings account and put that in to a nice little Visa and pay some players because they are, honest to God, Max, they're atrocious right now. And Arteta's not the guy. He was to take over, but now for full season, you see he's not the game coach. He's the practice training coach. He's brilliant at that. The technical is okay. But when you come into a game and you have no-name guys, when your name is Arsenal, I'm sorry, it's not good enough. And the guys that they brought in, I don't even remember because they're not that big or good enough. which is unfortunate to say. And my friend, Max, my friend Sebastian, my best friend since I've known from 8-9 years old, diehard Arsenal fan. His number one team is Arsenal, just like you. And he posts on his Instagram story, what the hell is going on? And it's true. What the hell is going on? And Max, you're the Arsenal guy here, right? You know, Inter, Arsenal, and we got, you know, I forgot even what Victor's main teams. I think it's in Brazil. And then obviously Val,
Porto.
you have
And I think in the
I got
Bundesliga,
Juve and Porto. So
as your one two. But Arsenal for an Inter for us, Max, we have that main number, numero uno. And Max, for you, like it's not good. And I don't know how it's gonna get good. They need new ownership and they need the ownership to spend the money. That's all I can see now. Because they had a transfer
new manager
where they could spend. Yeah, the manager's going to come, though. The manager, a player can take over and play at the same time at this rate. They need owners and the owners to spend the money. I don't know where it's going to come from. They need to sell right away because they had a transfer window where they could
Nope. I think Nick's frozen there.
So it needs to happen some way, somehow.
Okay, Nick, you frozen. So you know what? I'm not even going to bring in the Cristiano Ronaldo into the Arsenal radar because we all know he was never going to go to any team. But you know, so that's not even. So you can't even blame them. I think Arsenal's situation right now. They're in a youth movement, and that's what's going on. They're in a youth movement. Gone are the days of Thierry Henry, Giroud. All those guys you can name in there.
Patrick Vieira, Perez.
Yeah, so they are.
Perez was amazing.
They are essentially in a youth movement. So when you're in a youth movement in whatever sport you're in, whatever team you follow, you got to take the growing pains. And right now, that's what they're going through. Their coach is well respected around the world. I mean, he's a good coach. The ownership sees him as the one to lead this youth movement. Unfortunately, the Gunners have been a top team out there, top 5 in England and everything. You know what? I think this just transition, youth movement. Nick, like you said, we don't recognize any of these players. I think we'll eventually recognize these players in 2-3 years if everything goes well, according to they wouldn't have these guys playing. Yeah, they wouldn't have these guys playing if they didn't think they would be.
I had no idea who he was.
But I mean, they wouldn't have these guys playing if they didn't think they could play based out of the academy and everything. So I think it's just the growing pains of a youth movement right now. Yeah, the start.
It was like how Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry and Perez and Beckham got their name. It was the youth that brought what Arsenal is today. So hopefully that might work again. Yeah. So we'll see.
So I know we pick on Arsenal, but we're just having some fun.
No, they deserve it. Don't feel up.
No. But to be honest with you,
every single bit of it.
To answer your hardship question, it's the youth movement. Honestly, you can complain about every ownership in Europe from the. Is it the Glazers that own Liverpool?
No, own Man U.
Sorry, Man U, and then the American owner for Liverpool too.
Man, there's a few different ones.
So I think you're always going to have the thing. So you know what, boys? On that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We've gone a little over, but you know what? The conversation has been great, going back and forth. Nick, good luck this afternoon against Bulgaria in your World Cup qualifier. Everyone, please tune in to Canada. Cheer them on if you're across the country watching us. Even if you're overseas, tune in for Canada. It should be a great game so you can catch the game. We want to thank everybody at the bottom line who Toronto's best chicken wings at 22 Front Street. They power the show thanks to Wayne Cali. Tell them the boys at the Footy Express sent you. They'll hook you up. And follow us on any of our social media from Footy Express Podcast on Twitter, Footy Express Pod, Insta, Footy Express Podcast. Interact with us if you want. We will get back to you as soon as we can. But thank you once again for tuning in. Max, hopefully you'll get a win this weekend. You're off for 2 weeks because of the international break. I mean, good luck to everybody who's got World Cup. I think we all have our teams playing in the World Cup.
Yeah, Ghana is playing tomorrow.
Yeah, so good luck to everybody on the panel.
Ghana, Brazil, Portugal, and Italia. Forza, Forca, and Vamos.
So once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Ciao.
Espresso at lunch, baby.
Espresso at lunch.
Always.
Ciao.